Hi, welcome to my channel. I've lost 180 pounds with keto, carnivore, and counting calories. Don't forget to check the description to this video. I have links to some of my popular videos, a link to my Amazon account for a lot of things that you all ask about. Don't forget I have a bunch of playlists on the homepage of this channel. Thank you. Good morning. It's Saturday morning, and I'm making some coffee meal prep. I'll show you that in a second. But I wanted to tell you, really, something is going on with the comments in my... So I use the YouTube Studio app to answer comments because it catches more of the comments. Well, it did catch more of the comments. YouTube app, what I used to find was that when I'd go back to videos, I'd find comments that I never saw or never answered. So the YouTube Studio app, I read somewhere to download that, and I did. And so I've been able to catch all the comments. Something happened as of yesterday morning, and yesterday was Friday. So as of Friday morning, I can see all the notifications on the app, but when I touch the comment to go to reply to the app, there's a screen and it says something is wrong with this screen, and you says refresh. I click refresh and nothing happens and nothing happens. So I just need you all to know that if you reply, it's the replies that I'm having trouble catching. I can see all of those initial comments, that you make. So if you make a comment and I reply to your comment, I can see that initial comment. But once I hit reply, it takes it out of the algorithm out of their list, I should say. And then if I want to see, I have to go looking through this, long list and to try to find, does any comment have a second comment after my comment, which is, and it's like, hundreds of comments. So if I miss a reply, please, please, please understand something's going on with the app. I don't know what it is. Today, like I said, today's Saturday. This will come up on Monday, which I did post that short. But maybe it'll be fixed by Monday. Who knows? But I just wanted you all to know that I see your original comments, and I can reply to those. But once there is a reply to the comment, it's no longer in my notifications feed for me to be able to reply. And I'm going to try to go digging through comments from time to time and see if I can catch them. But it's just really hard because, like I said, it takes a good 20 minutes to scroll through all the different comments and replies because it blends old ones with new ones. So it'll put comments from 2 weeks ago in with comments yesterday or today. So that's the weird thing about it. So anyway, I just wanted you to know Roomba's coming, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing with my coffee. So let me pause and let me pause Roomba, and I'll show you. So what I did was I made one full pot, and then I let it sit and cool. It totally cools 100% to room temperature for you BPA people. And so I let it cool, and then I'm pouring it into here. Last time I put my electrolytes in it while it was room temperature so that the electrolytes could dissolve. But then I noticed that I'm making it up every evening. So, and then whenever I got to the bottom, there was still some sludgy electrolytes down in the bottom. So I think I'm going to and you all see that I do my coffee at nighttime when I'm doing my meal prep. Now I didn't this morning because I didn't make up my coffee. I don't remember to do anything for the weekends. So what I think I'm going to do is just put the coffee in here because I've been enjoying my coffee cold. And so, but not necessarily iced. Well, that's really good pour in there, Tear. I haven't been adding ice to it. But anyway, I've been enjoying cool coffee in the mornings. So hang on, I clean up my mess. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time either. So I've been enjoying my coffee refrigerated. And it seemed like when I was putting ice in it, it was too cold for work. But because my work office is super cold. If you're new, I'm a nurse and I work in an office setting, not a doctor office setting where they're up and going. Like literally I sit at a computer desk and I do a lot with reports and things like that throughout the week with the state and with my team. So but I've noticed that whenever I do super iced coffee, man, I'm so cold at work today, or all day. But I found that if I do just refrigerated, I'm cool, but not as cold as whenever the other way. So I'm just going to set my coffee right here. Or I'm going to leave the coffee in here. 2 of my pots, I ran it through twice. It's 12 cups. Although it's not, let me say 12 servings. And those 12 servings, just so you know for reference, this is a 1 gallon pitcher. And those 12 servings basically fills up this pitcher. This is a cheapy old Rubbermaid. I got it at Walmart. And so there's the sticker. I got it last week, but I didn't pull it off. I'm sure this is BPA free. Yep, yep, it even says it. Lubera signs BPA free. USA. So there you go. Don't come at me because you know I don't care. Anyway, so I'll put it in here and I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and then just let it get all cold and I'll be able to have this in my refrigerator. Okay, bye. So I bought a couple rutabaga and I did that because I'm not enjoying the one that I had frozen. Maybe it's been frozen too long. I don't know. So I need to cut it up. And so since I'm going to do that, I figure I can show you all how I'm doing it. But the angle is just really bad. So I think I'm going to try setting you all down on my counter. All right. So I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So what I do is I cut one end off of the rutabaga so it has a flat thing to sit on, although that's not very flat, but cut one end off there. Then I cut this end off here. These are really fresh. I just got them yesterday, and that means they're going to be really, really hard to cut because that means that I swear they keep them frozen. I swear they do. And so when you get them and as you're cutting into them and stuff, the center is so solid. So the fresher they are, you know how you get fresh eggs, and the fresher your eggs are, the harder it is to peel them because they just kind of haven't had time to set up yet, and it's harder to peel them. So it's the same thing with this. It's not necessarily harder to peel them; it's harder to cut these because they're so frozen in the center core of them that cutting them is why when you see me I have to bring out my mallet. So if you buy a rutabaga, my suggestion is to buy it and let it sit in your, because they're supposed to be refrigerated, but maybe let them sit in your refrigerator a day or two before you cut into them just to give it time to defrost. But I did not, so I always set mine on a paper plate. And I bring it back and I cut down, 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 down. And then we flip it. We do the same thing from this side. For those of you who have watched my channel, you know I have an obsession with rutabaga. Rutabaga even has its own playlist. For a while, my mom fussed at me because she said, Terry, you need to do something other than rutabaga. But I even have a playlist of rutabaga because I'm telling you, I made a rutabaga lasagna. I made a rutabaga, I called it cottage pie because shepherd's pie I think is with lamb. And no, I called it rancher's pie because I didn't know there was something called cottage pie over in, I don't know, Europe. I don't know. I don't remember UK, England. Listen, I'm not good at that stuff. I do good to know American history. But anyway, over there where you people, where you lovely people live, although I did watch a TikTok, and I'm gonna see if I can remember it. Great Britain. Let's see. Great Britain is United Kingdom and Great Britain. One of them includes Northern Ireland and something else. And then the other one does not. Well, thing is, I watch TikTok before I go to bed. So I do not necessarily retain the information. But that's the difference. One of them has Northern Ireland and something else in it. But then I think that's United Kingdom includes Northern Ireland, and whereas United Kingdom does not. So for those of you who live over there, I know I have some of you who live in United Kingdom. Tell me, did I get it right? Is it United Kingdom is the one that includes Northern Ireland, or is, and what's the other country? Because I thought there might have been another country that was included in the United Kingdom that's not included in Great Britain. Let me know. And even if you're from here in the United States and you know a heck of a lot more about the history than I do, let me know that too. I did the ancestry thing, and it's kind of fun. Like my grandparents, I've got a whole lot of German in there, which we knew because we've got we found a story that was in one of the Bibles, that like a family Bible, and it was telling one of them when they came over, they were supposed to look up so-and-so because they were with the Saxony Germans, just a little bit north of here in the Pocahontas area. And so we knew we had that. We knew we had German in us. Well, we also knew we have my grandpa always called us, my mom's side, he was Scotch-Irish, and my aunt, and so my mom's dad's side was Scotland and Ireland. My mom's side was German. And anyway, so whenever I did the DNA and ancestry test, there's a pretty cool story about one of my, I think it was like my 7th great grandfather. This was back in the American Indian War, and he was a scout, and yet he also was married to an Indian, supposedly. But he was a scout, and so he was out scouting for Indians back in those times. And his buddy, there was like they were along a stream of water, and there were, I think, 3 men, and they all, the 2 of them snuck away, and when they came back, they found the scalp of a red-headed scalp, and they knew that was their friend McElmurray was the last name, and they knew that was him because of the red hair. So yeah, I thought that was kind of a fun little historic thing, you know. But anyway, I saw that. I found that actually in I think it was Tennessee or Kentucky. I don't remember which one, but it was like in one of their history book for that state. So I thought, well, that's pretty neat to see. But anyway, so all right. So now let me clean this knife off here real good, and then the reason why we're doing this. Did I say that already? The reason why we're doing this now. It's only 7:25, but for breakfast this morning, I'm going to do something a little different. And so, not this part isn't different, but my what I'm also going to do with it is different. Looking for my knife sharpener. Here we go. What we're going to do with it's a little, not the rutabaga, that part's normal, but anyway, so we're going to do something a little bit different this morning for breakfast. I'm going to finish sharpening my knife, And then we'll cut into the rutabaga. Okay, let's see. Boy, that's a funny shot. Y'all just get a straight shot of my boobs. I'm really sorry about that. But now I cut into it. This is where I say sometimes that one is not as frozen. You can see it's lighter in the center. But I don't think this one's as frozen because it let me cut right into it. Sometimes there's work. This one might require work. Let's see. And if it does, that's when I use my mallet. This is not my good knife, okay? I fully expect that one day I'm going to hit it and this tip's going to come off. I have done that before with the knife with something different. So I know that that is going to happen someday. But this is not an expensive, fancy knife. Trust me. All right. So I wanted to do that. And now we're going to use our mandolin. So how do y'all like this view? Like for things like this? I mean, I think it'd be annoying to watch it all the time. But I'm just curious. Wait a minute. Where's the... Oh, this way. I'm just curious what your thoughts are on this view for doing something like this. Just curious. So I put on my glove. And that's the bottom of it. I kind of need to get... Yes, I know... I'm doing it without the guard, but I'm trying to get a straight end. I need to get a couple swipes going. So now I can put this on. Or not. I'm keeping my fingers and stuff up high. Don't fuss at me yet. Let me get a little lower and then I'll put the thing back on it. Okay, so what I want to do is, then it gets kind of full, so I have to pull them out. So I need to get a thing to put them in. And I'm not going to slice all of them. These slices are... Well, they're good for snacks and stuff. And I might just slice one and cube one. I haven't fully decided. But now, hey, why are you not? Because I have it backwards. Terry Toodle. Alright, so I'm going to finish doing this, and then, like I said, I'm doing this because I'm going to have breakfast here in a little bit, and I want some for breakfast. So I'm going to finish playing around with this, and I'll get back with you guys. Okay, so I'm done. That's plenty for slicing up. Now I want to cube some, because these will be what I use on my salads. The slices is what's going to use for my breakfast. And we know I don't make breakfast every day, where I do make a salad every day. So I'm going to get these cut up into cubes. Let me go on and get a couple done so you can see how I'm doing it. Rutabaga is my version of potato. It is pretty versatile like a potato, in my opinion. I don't know. Not everybody may feel that way. I don't know. But, you know, a rutabaga is not overly expensive. So, you know, just buy one and try it different ways. You know, they're big enough that if you buy one, you can try it different ways. And, you know, you can cut it in half and you can do some of it sliced. You could do like a fourth of it sliced, you know, like I did, and try it fried like you'll see me do at breakfast time sometimes. Skillet fry them. You know, you can do that. You can cube them up and try it on your salad. So like that would be, buy one, cut it in half, and use half of it to try it fried a skillet. Use half of it, cut them. One of you all were talking about you did it, and I've done it before. Cut them pretty small and cook them in the air fryer. But they cook up differently than potatoes. You have to know that. They cook up similar to squash. So the whole thing is not going to be, it's not going to brown like a potato. They just turn a little different. But they're very, very tasty. And if you're missing a potato, if you have not come to terms with the fact that, you don't get all your potato, you don't get all your potato foods when you're on your keto, then these are a great option. So like this is 1/4 of it. This is another 1/4 of it. So then I still have one more half of it. So you can try a bunch of different things. These are really good if you make your own kind of Alfredo, or not Alfredo. You can make au gratin. I made an au gratin with some. So you can do all kinds of things once you get them sliced up. So you can use them as lasagna noodles. I liked them that way too. One of my coworkers said I should have cooked them a little bit before I used them. So like maybe boil them a little bit. But there's so many options. Again, just go to my playlist for rutabaga and you'll see some of the things that I've done. All right, that's enough rutabaga talk. I'll see you later. So we also have some peppers to do. This is how I do my peppers. See, I put my thumb on each side. I push the green in and then I pull it open. Then I grab the center and pull that out. And then I just pull out a little bit of the white membrane, tap it, and there you go. You have a clean pepper. Let's do another one. Push in on the green. And you peel it open. And see, most of the seeds stick to that. Then there'll be some seeds inside. Just a few that are adhered to the moisture inside. And there's a little section of seed. I'm just going to pull that out because it didn't quite come out with it. Tap it. And look, no seeds. One more. Push them in. No seed. Gotta pull, gently pull, and then pull out that membrane and that little membrane. And the seeds, like I said, they're just sticking to the moisture inside. And there you go. That's how I do my peppers, and then I'm gonna slice them up. So now you can cut your peppers into little thin strips if you want. Strips. If you want to lay it down, you could do it this way. Most of the time I hold it. So I just do this and this. And let me cut off this top little booger here and make that its own thing. And like that. And then there you have your thong strips if you want those. If you want them to be, so if you're doing fajitas, that's really good. Or if you want them to be like on a salad, you can do that, which salad is typically how I use my peppers. So I tend to just do them in chunks. Let me swap sides here. So that is how I do my bell peppers. And then I'll put them in a container so that I can grab them for my salads. I could grab them if I want to do any cooking with them. Whatever I want to do, I'll cut them up, and that's how I do them. But you see, I push the tips of them out. And then If I want them a little thicker, you know, I can do them that way. Like I said, these are going on salads, so it really does not matter too much how I cut them. But you see how quick and easy they can be. You just push out the green pieces, the tops of them, and then you slice them, and that's it. I've seen videos where people get all fancy and do this, that, and the other, but for me, that sure is the quickest way for me to do peppers. And there's my peppers. I'll put a lid on them, and these will go in my refrigerator. I can eat them raw. I love fried raw peppers. You can eat them raw, put them on your salad, whatever you want to do with them. And there you go. That's my peppers for the week. So, some co-workers brought some vegetables to work today, or this week. So I'm going to go on and cut them up and process them. And these cucumbers, I'm going to go on and add to my pickled cucumbers that I have in that big container. So there's not a lot of work involved with these. I'm just going to cut them up and drop them down in that cucumber container, which is funny because I wrote on it to not add any more to it, but well, what else am I going to? Oh, hang on. I wonder if I have room in that bread and butter one. Hold on. Nope, there's no room in the bread and butter one. So I'll just drop these in. If you remember, well, yesterday or day before, I put in some turmeric and celery seed. Because that was some flavorings that was in the bread and butter pickles. And I'm curious to know how they taste today. It's been a couple days, I think, since I did it. But let's see if I I like that. It's not real bread and butter, but I didn't look up any kind of recipe or anything, you know what I mean? I just put them in and I just dumped some seasonings in. But, alright, for real, I cannot add any more cucumbers to this. Well, they'd fit. But I should not add any more cucumbers until these run out. But if people bring them at work, I probably will. It's who I am. I can't help it. Anyway, I'm going to put these in the refrigerator and then we'll cut up the zucchini and squash. Let me get those washed. It's funny, I don't make up some fancy special solution for washing my vegetables. I just use hand soap. I'm sure there's an appropriate method for it, but I just don't, you know. You know me. Listen, I ate mud pies as a child, so I'm not so worried about germs and dirt and whatever else is on stuff. I tend to not worry too much about that kind of thing. Maybe that's going to kill me at an early age. I don't know. Now let's cut down this thing in half. And I'm going to do something that I didn't do last time. And I kind of wish I would have. I'm going to cut it again this way. And we're going to cut that center out of it. I think I used a spoon before and that worked really well. But I'm going to go this route. I'm just going to kind of take a knife and scoop out some of that. Get them seeds out of there. It's okay if I have some seeds, but that looks pretty darn good right there. So, I'm just going to kind of zoop and zoop. And see, you could do all kinds of stuff with the zucchini. I'm going to use it for salads, but you could use it for boats. I've seen a lot of cool stuff where they put like marinara and meat inside of it and make it into something nice like that. There are so many cool things you can do with the zucchini. I'm going to be doing something with rutabaga in a little while. I don't know which video will come out when, but you'll see it. in a little while. Okay, so we did it that way. Now let me try the spoon method and see which way I like better. Definitely more work. Which I know I did not cut it into fourths, but it's probably a little more accurate because I can feel the soft areas. It's almost like doing a squash. Oh, zucchini is a form of squash. Duh, Terry, that's kind of funny. Yeah, that's a lot more work than the other way. Kind of like the other way better, I think, but I've already started, so I've kind of committed to it. Yeah, you do it whichever way is going to work for you, but I think I like the other method. Oh, like scooping out a pumpkin. That's what it's like. All right. Well, now this way though, you got a bigger mess. So let me clean up my mess here. Hang on. Okay. I'm gonna go on and cut this up, and this will be for vegetables this week. Or for salads this week if I want to. It can be used for, if I want to make something with the zucchini and squash, I can do that. So I'm not really sure everything. It's still early in the morning and I haven't fully decided everything I'm going to do today. So this could all change 5 minutes from now. But now the one thing about doing it this way, I'll have bigger pieces. So this will be easier to bread, and if I wanted to do more of that fried zucchini, which I'm not, but if I wanted to do more fried zucchini or sauteed zucchini, whatever, I could do that too. These are just bigger pieces. I don't know that's all going to fit in my container. I don't know how long zucchini lasts in the refrigerator. Thankfully, this was a free one. So if it does go bad, I'm okay. I just don't know how long it lasts. So I'll get the storage logistics out here in a minute. Let's go on and cut up this yellow squash. Well, let's try with this one too. Got any tips for making this easier? I know I'm going to go over this, hold this over the trash can is what I should do. So then I don't have such a bunch of mess. Or here, I can do it over here. Then I can dump it out in a minute. What do you do for your squash and zucchini? That worked out pretty well. That one worked out easier than the zucchini. Maybe because I've already done it once, so I kind of had an idea of what to expect. It really seems to work better if I do a scooping method, kind of like that. If I go in with like I'm scooping it out and then go back and do a little brush through. That seemed to work. Now let me dump this. Last time I saved the seeds and used it in my salads. I didn't like it like I thought I would, so I'm just trashing it this time. Which I think is technically how you're supposed to do it, is get rid of the seeds. But like all the videos I watch, that's what they do. They get rid of the seeds. They don't use the inner guts of the zucchini or squash or pumpkin or whatever. I'm not a fancy cutter. I like to watch videos where they just chop, 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 chop. Can't do that. I see their claw method, but I'm not that coordinated. So there we go. We got those cut up. Got those cut up. I think that was all I had to cut up, but let me double check and look around, see if there's any other like vegetable or meat meal prep I need to do. Hold on. Remember when I lied and said I didn't have any other vegetables? Well, I didn't. I guess I was kind of telling the half truth, but I had to run to the store to get something, so I ended up grabbing a red onion. So we are going to we're going to go ahead and cut this up and slice it. I just love red onion. So I'm going to process this right quick, and we are going to slice it up on our mandolin. So, and hopefully be a quick process, so that way maybe before my eyes start watering, I'll be done. We will see. I've tried to breathe through my mouth to help me not smell it. Because all of the things that I've read about how to not cry from red onions, it's all about the smell. So if I'm not smelling it and I'm breathing through my mouth, maybe that will help the situation. Okay, I'm done with that. I'm going to toss this and then we'll fix this. That outside gets it's just so thick. So I'm just going to go ahead and maybe slice this up and hope I don't cut my fingers off. Don't worry, if you see the video, you know I'm alive and I have my fingers. There, that's good enough. This one, I'm going to toss that. That's just hard in the outside. So there we go. That was pretty fast. So I'll put it down in here. And I'm going to put all the red onion together and into a container. Good job, buddy. My eyes are starting to burn a little bit, but not as bad as usual because I got it pretty fast. So there we go. So that'll be my red onion for the week. And I can't cut it without eating it. Good stuff, Maynard. What I might do from here, I'm going to rinse this off and see if that kind of helps get some of that pain out of it. There we go. I got it rinsed. I'm going to put a little paper towel at the bottom just to kind of help absorb any liquid down there. And there we go. There's our red onions for the week. I also, when I was at Walmart, picked up some tomatoes. That's the end of the food prep portion. I got recipes and stuff I'm going to do, but there you go. That's my meal prep for the week.